Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. This will be an update for the Enterprise D build. Been pretty busy with her. Last night, Shadow, myself, and Killer Waffles worked quite a bit on revamping the inside of this nacelle. First thing we did is we went ahead and figured out the placement for the new coils. And then we needed to have 18 of them inside of here, and with the old coils we could only fit about 14, so we had to downsize the coils. So beforehand this is one large coil, and this coil replaces this coil, and this is actually a set of coils right here now. So what I'm doing real quick here is I'm getting rid of the old reference coil. Looks like it's missing its part down here, so I'll just go ahead and add one real quick here. Come on. Two more. There we go, and then we'll go two out. There we go. Alright, and so we had to completely redesign this. Not redesign it, but re-engineer it. That's the best way to put it. We had to re-engineer it here. Go ahead and cut that. And leave the new nacelles, the new coils for the nacelle. This is what they look like. So, pretty nice looking if you ask me. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Don't need it. Alright, let's go ditch this here real quick. This is actually the 26th of November. Holy shit. End of November already. It's amazing. And as you can see, these are how the coils and stuff were in it. It's a nice design, but there's only so many coils you can fit inside of here. And then we had this big thing here in front, and all of this. This all had to unfortunately come out because it didn't serve the nacelle the way it should have. Here is the original Buzzard collector, and you'll see a video. I think it'll include us placing the new Buzzard collectors inside of the nacelle here. And what we did as we placed it in, we realized that it was kind of short, so I went ahead and lengthened it by adding, went ahead and lengthened it. And sometimes this compass just really pisses me off. Get in there. By adding the internal filter. And this is what this is for the Buzzard collectors. It's just an internal filter. It kind of burns off impurities and things like that. That's my logic, and I'm sticking to it. Go ahead and buzz out of here. So I added these extensions onto. It looks like we're missing one here on this edge. So I'm not sure how that happened. It's very odd. Let's go over here and see what's going on over here. Well, the edge is here. Man, this is weird shit. I don't know, all sorts of nifty things. Very odd. Very, very odd. Yep, there it is. She's back. Man, that is weird. Anyways, it was there last night, so somehow it got deleted. Shadow may have come on and did some modification work. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. But anyways, so we extended these, and after we cleaned out all the warp coils and everything else, Shadow went ahead and added this wall. If he had been on, he'd worked on this, so he hasn't been on yet. And I rerouted this. Beforehand it used to go around like this. Now it's just sort of a straight cut through here. And then on the inside of this nacelle, if we get through here, you can see the new warp coils have been added. And if I go ahead and kill Gamma Bright, get this nice little lighting effect. I thought that was kind of cool to have that, so I went ahead and added lights to it to give it that feel. And if we speed up and come back here, you'll see there's nothing yet back here. Quite a bit's got to be done back here. There's got to be the suicide booth has to be put in, plus all the other parts of the nacelle, and the RCS thruster is around here somewhere. I think it's like right down here. In fact, I wanted to, while I was here, kind of expose that if I could. Also, I went through and I added in all the bracing and support systems for the pylon here. I also filled in the stairwell and such. Let's go ahead and we can get to it from, screw it, we'll just go out here and drop down. Anyways, I added a bunch of little catwalks and things like that into the nacelle pylon in order to, I don't know, because you want to be able to access this pylon and work on it and stuff. Here's a power converter that allows us to take power coming out of the ship and convert it to power going up into the nacelle itself. And of course you don't want to drop down in there. There's nothing really around here anyway, so I ended the catwalk right here. I guess I should go ahead and extend it out, but I'll do that later when I think about it. Anyways, I went through here and I added all this support ribbing and everything else. Let's go ahead and slow down again, so there we go. Multiple layers of it. And you can cross through here to go down. I believe here's a ladder, and it takes you down and allows you to go back out into the ship proper. And if you follow this catwalk, it'll give you access to all the catwalks above you. And also down here it'll give you access to all the catwalks below you. It'll also allow you to transition over to the warp conduit line. Get down through here, right here, drop down. We enter into the warp conduit line, and it has ladders going all the way up as well. The orange is just, it's a placeholder for this block here. And what I did is I narrowed the walls around this conduit so that it's a much tighter fit, because there's really no reason for this area to be so wide. So I went ahead and just decided to narrow this down. Also in here is the Jeffries tube. I've added a little bit of crawl spaces and knickknacks and things like that. A lot of this will be fit and finished later on, but for the most part it is what it is now, just, you know, for allowing access and get up here and service this power relay and all this other stuff. I tried to keep it as, you know, tight and uniform as possible. Now there will be Jeffries tube style walling in here, so this will not be visible. If it is, I'll just go ahead and replace these blocks here with wall blocks like this, like that. And I think that actually I might end up doing that along all the surfaces of this outer wall here, because that's just, you know, might be prudent to do that, but I'll do that later. Right now I don't want to do it because then I have to go back onto the other side and do it before I forget and all that other stuff, and I don't feel like doing it. So little glass thing here so you can look down at the conduit, which again leads from this thing under the floor all the way up into the ship proper, and then from here it goes up into the nacelle, and this of course goes up here as well into the nacelle. See little areas here. Can't get to that back area back there, but I might add a little hatch or something like right here, I'm thinking, to get back in there, to get down in there. So I think I'll probably do that. That's one of those things I'll do after a while. Also, I cleaned this up quite a bit, and I put in airlock doors, or doors that can serve as airlocks, so that these areas can be decompressed. And this is an interlocks to keep the nacelle latched in. Of course, this is the old nacelle up here, and it isn't the new one, and all of these will be replaced. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that for this nacelle work. Go ahead and zip on out of here, and I'll show you once I get my speed up. Last video we were working on this section here, and we wanted to make this former main hangar hatch, which was later redesigned to be a emergency bypass hatch when they reworked the physical model back in 1986 to put the hangar doors back here. So we still wanted to have because it's listed as a detachable hatch, so we had to set it up as a detachable hatch. So initially what I did is I went through and I put in all the locking, or I guess you would say latching, support inner wall stuff, and I went ahead and walled all that along here and cleaned all this up. So now this whole section here can come out, and after I did that I realized I can now reclaim this space up in here. So let me get in there. I can now reclaim all this space and use it any way that I want to use it, because this is basically a module. So what I can do, and what I will most likely do, is I will extend, or I'll move this room here back a little bit. I'll figure out a way out, but I'll reclaim this area. If I can't use it as anything usable, what I'll do is I'll put a bunch of machinery and stuff like that in here, like a sensor package or stuff related with the hangar, you know, like atmospherics and things like that, all that stuff in here. And my logic behind that is I can then take this here as a unit itself and make it a modular compartment for the ship. So, you know, say if they have a mission specific thing where they need to have an extra torpedo launcher installed, they can pull this system out and they can attach a torpedo launcher, basically like the Nebula, where it comes up from here and connects into a big ass launching torpedo launcher. Or if they need to add a third nacelle, they could do it through this system here, although I really don't see how they could power that third nacelle from here. It would require a significant, you know, alteration of the ship itself. But anyways, what I'm saying is this is a modular unit now, so we can make it anything we want. I'll just fill that area in with a bunch of machinery or systems X, Y, and Z, just for shits and giggles, because why have a big open space? Also, we went ahead and placed in our replacement bridge, or our bridge update as well. Let's go down here. I'll show you that real quick. As you can see, our new bridge is now in. And it looks pretty good. I'm going to turn off Gamma Bright here. Looks pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But yeah, so you can see it all ties in quite nicely. Fly back up here and out into the bridge we go. Also, there we go. Let's go ahead and slow down, make sure we're doing the right speed here. You can see it looks pretty darn good. You know, I really think the revision works better. That flat gray floor that we used to have, it was hard on the eyes. This is a lot nicer, a lot cleaner, and a lot more Enterprise Bridge-esque than before. It feels better. It feels more cozy, feels more adept to the actual bridge model that you see in the show and stuff, even though it's, you know, Minecrafted. So we'll go back down through here, fall in the turbolift, and you can see that the turbolift system is quite extensive. Fall in the turbolift all the way down to the bottom here, and this is the Calypso, and we're going to take a look at it because I think that that might be a new project to put into the queue for revision. And I like a lot of what initially was done with her, especially the way that you get into her and stuff like that. But when you come down in here, there are a lot of systems and stuff that need to be updated, and, you know, just finished. You know, but most of it's pretty well done. But some of the stuff just needs to be tweaked a little bit. Like this, I guess, is the warp core, and you have system areas in here that are completed, but some areas aren't. So we just want to come through here and want to update this to make sure that it's you know, it's fixed. Like, I'm not a fan of this stairwell. I mean, it's functional, and that's the main thing, is it's functional. I don't think they were going to be able to do anything about it. You know, maybe add a little turbo lift here. Who knows? Stairwell on this side, turbo lift on the other side. That'll probably be what we'll end up doing. Just, well, it can't because there's a EPS relay room here. So there's not a lot that can be done, but we definitely want to update it just slightly. Finish it up anyways, and fix any issues that we find. Here's the bridge. That's the Calypso anyways, and then I want to do a section where the Calypso is removed, and, you know, so you have the empty bay and the Calypso down below the ship like it's been launched. I think that'd be kind of neat, kind of like what we did with the Enterprise D, or excuse me, Enterprise E. So let's go ahead and get up on top of the ship here. Now that a lot of the work on the Cobra head has been completed, we should be reintegrating it before too long. With any luck, we'll have the Cobra head done, and I'm thinking about doing a rework of these interlocks. Right now the way they are is these come down and they couple with these, and these push up, and then when the ship separates they just decouple and respectively pull down and seal their hatches and stuff. And that's what I'm thinking. Just do a redesign so they don't look so, you know, the way they look. They look a little bit more meter-ish. But I don't know how I'm going to pull that off yet. So, but let's go ahead and head back here real quick. And I'm going to slow back down. We're going to go back into here. I'm going to show you some more of the stuff that was done to the pylon. I also mirrored the pylon, so the pylon's been mirrored to the port side as well. Now, again, I cannot think of any reason why there would be windows over here except somebody, when they initially built the original model, said, hey, let's have windows. Let's put windows in, and because it is a cool looking thing and place to put the windows. So they put windows here. But from a practical standpoint, why would there be windows here? There's really no way to access this area. So what I did is I added in like a Jeffries tube entrance right here, so you can go into the nacelle. I also closed off, or excuse me, the conduit pathing into the nacelle. I closed off the end of the conduit pathing here, because at this point it starts its steep climb up into the nacelle, and there's no reason to have it, you know, this wide and this tall all the way up there. And I added in what I do consider to be airtight doors, and this area here will not be pressurized. This whole section of the, I guess the nacelle is not, or the pylon is not pressurized. So and then you cross into the Jeffries tube proper over here, and I've added in all the inner hull material or walls and stuff like that. But I figure, well, what's this room going to be then? Since there's really no general or purposeful access except through this engineering causeway here, and of course from here, this would be an observation point, an engineering observation point to look at the nacelle from down here. And I figured that's all it is. You know, just engineers come in, okay, yeah, the nacelle's attached, the lighty thingy's working, okay, good to go. And then they come in here, or it could be a small little break room for people that are working in here or something, or whatever. Who knows? But it's in it, you know, for the most part it's in, and this is the best idea I can come up with because it's not well defined in either the Wi-Fi or nor the Sternbach plans. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and go up into the nacelle again. I mean, well, let's go up into the pylon, not the nacelle itself. Let's go up into the pylon. Let's go through. Nope, not here. There used to be a door there. I must have knocked it out when I was working on stuff. Let's go ahead and go up into the pylon. Alright. Up in here to the pylon, and we'll come down here to the catwalk and walk along here. And this is all ribbing I added. This is all support ribbing for the pylon itself because it has to be well supported. And it looks pretty cool. I think the area came out kind of badass and, you know, nice and tight looking as far as I'm concerned. I wasn't really clear on how I was going to do all of this, and I waited several months before I decided, and it hit me one night, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it. And I was able to punch this out over Thanksgiving. So now in here, I'm not sure yet what I'll do. I'll probably put like a small tank or something like that for, I don't know. I'll think of some system put in here. It doesn't need to be a shield generator because there's a shield generator literally right over there, and there's also an off-axis controller and a gravity unit over in here as well. So this area really doesn't need anything. It could just be open the way it is. But we don't like open spaces, so we'll probably end up. I can put bracing in here, which is probably what I'll end up doing. I'll just put some more cross bracing or something like that in here. I don't know yet. I'll figure something out. But anyways, that's the nacelle, and we come out into here. You can see that now this gangway is all blocked in, and we can climb it all the way up to the pylon, through the pylon up into the nacelle. And that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to go all the way up into the nacelle itself. And while working in this area, prepping the new nacelle, Shadows pointed out that this area of the ship had windows on both sides. So him and I, or Shadow and I, we went ahead and placed in some windows, and him recommended that we make this into like a small reception area. Well, there's a conduit running through it, but you know, what can you do? Minecraft. I can move the conduit, but that would be a real major headache, so I don't particularly want to move the conduit, so we'll just leave it as it is. And you come down through here, and then this will be more like a you know, would serve better as a lounge area, because as you come down here, you know, you have this big open space down here, but who knows what this will be. And then this actually should be walled off, but I'm not going to wall it off just yet. I'll probably get to that later and do that. And then you come through here, and you're back into here, and if you go down, you can go to down into the ship proper. If you go this way here, you can gain access to a turbolift and or the JT system that also allows you to go down into the ship proper. Yeah, pretty neat stuff there. Pretty cool stuff. Now, there is a lot of space in this section of the ship that is not at all utilized in any of the Whitefire or Sternbach plans. Now, we've utilized it. This is actually incorporated as part of Deck 36. And so, as part of that, we have an area in here that is nacelle storage and parts and storage. And that's what this is. So, if they need something from here, they can pull it out of here and fly it up to fix the nacelle or whatnot. Who knows? Anyways, it's kind of a neat little thing. I would have loved to have been able to fit a hangar back here. That would just been badass to have a hangar back here. But, I mean, there's plenty of room. I could probably pull it off. You know, between these and there, I could easily pull up putting a hangar in here. But no. Maybe on a variant class, but not on this one. Someday I'll probably redesign this ship and call it the, you know, the Sabertooth or something, and just have some fun with it. Actually, this should be double wide, but I'm going to leave it at single wide. Fix it later. But you come down through here, you can see that this whole area here is all part of the engineering deck. You have engineering systems in here. This is a gravity generator, off-axis controller. Structural integrity, you have shields. So, and in here you have, I think this is a sensor, yeah, rear sensor array cluster. This is the sensor array. Kind of nice looking. Kind of a big system, but you know, that's what the ship requires, big systems. Come through here, and this is part of the transporter system and subspace communication system. So I'll end up adding another couple of machines in here for subspace communications. There's a shield generator. I think it's a shield generator. We'll find out. What is this? We have it labeled. Oh, I've already added subspace communication component to it. So here's a subspace communication component. And I'll probably add some more redundant machineries or support like emergency batteries and stuff like that back here. Fill in space a little bit more. You got this nice little area in here. Here's the aft phaser array. Nice big open area here. Ooh, what the hell? Missing a block here. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Alright, so let's go ahead and add a light right to that. There we go. So that lights up. That's part of the aft end of the ship. And let's go over here and do the same thing to this one. There we go. And I'm not sure, I didn't realize I had added these here. So let's see what's up in. Oh wow, there's a space up in here for basically, it's right now it's support stuff, and that looks like it's part of a wall to another room, probably a service room or something. And interesting. Yep. But see, even the spaces that you can't really get to have access. You have access to them, which is kind of cool. Come through here and stuff like that. There's really no reason to be up in here. I guess I could clear out these walls and put batteries and stuff like that, but we're right under the hull right now, so I don't know if I'll do that. And it really doesn't need two ladders to be accessed, but yeah, what can you do? Minecraft. But yeah, this is the aft phaser array system. You take out one, you take out both. Come back through here and see what this room here is. These are batteries. Ship this size would probably have a lot of support or redundant systems, backup systems and things like that. Then we have a turbo lift on either side of this hull that allows you to go forward and up and forward and out again. And it goes from here all the way to the back there like so. Kind of neat. I'm going to do some videos or series of videos about the differences between our build and the Sternbach plans and the Whitefire plans, and all the innovations that we pioneered when I designed the ship, the systems and things, and the choices that I made as a designer, and the choices that added to the design and stuff like that, to explain, you know, how our build is, I think, a much more complete design of the ship than the Sternbach or the Whitefire plans. So that'll be my argument anyways, and we'll stick to it. Come back through here, and this will be the lower bay for the aft torpedo launcher. This will be a storage bay, of course, lower torque magazine. And I don't really have an effective way of getting from here down to here. So I'm thinking maybe if I, Well, it's right along that, so I don't want to do that. Huh. Got to put a door, a hatch or some way of getting down in there, How about right here? Where would that put me? Put me against the wall. So yeah, this will work. We'll put one right here. Yellow bricks. Blocks. Not bricks. Blocks. Come down here. And put that there. Where's my lights? Come on, lights. Where are my lights? There they are. I also need this block, and we'll need some ladders. There we go. And we'll run the ladder down through here like this. And we'll grab our glass. Doesn't matter if it's half slabs up there or not. Would like to keep it consistent if I could, but again, it's, you know, you're using. I could make this a double ladder, but it's okay to have just this one here. And we'll go ahead and hatch it here real quick. So now we have access down to that lower bay if we need it, which I should have included, and I don't know why I didn't. I probably did intend to do it and just never got around to actually doing it. So, but as you see, I mean, this is not as large as the forward torpedo bay, but it is pretty significant storage-wise. You have a lot of room, and then we transition from here into this cargo bay here, which is the drive sections. There's extensive cargo systems through the drive section. Obviously, it's a pretty large area. And you can see here, I guess I used the wrong block for the ladder itself, but yeah, let's go ahead and while we're down here, throw some stuff up. But yeah, come down through here, you can see we have cargo lifts and things like that that will take you all the way through all this stuff. Yay. Oops, looked at the wrong side here. I thought there was a door on that side, but oh, here it is. A little pass through. Oh, no. I don't like seeing magenta, but I'll fix that later. And you get this cargo bay up through here, and oh, we found a flaw. Nope, that's supposed to be like that. I don't think there's anything behind here. No, there is. Yep, this is supposed to be an airlock. So let's go ahead and fix this real quick while we're standing here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yeah. Little airlock. This should not be doubled. This should be the same size. There we go. And add in our central pieces here. And go ahead and put our door back in. And I debate whether I want a door here or not. Go ahead and put one here anyways. There we go. Well, let's see another flaw fixed. You never know what you'll find when you start going through here and looking at stuff. But anyways, this is a cargo bay area as well. Nice little gem of where you can store a bunch of stuff, including a little hatch right here that actually is a hatch, as you can see, out to the aft of the ship. And there's the big main lower cargo bay, which goes all the way forward and connects with the forward clamp cargo hold along this through here, this one down here, that one. So Anyways, I do appreciate taking time to watch. Again, this is the Minetrek.net game server. If you hit that like button for me, I greatly appreciate it. It tells me that you did watch the video through to the end, which I know you didn't. But that's okay, because I'm a boring dude. Also, if you'd like us on Facebook, that would be a big help. That put a big smile on Blue Phobes' face. And if you'd like to donate to the server and help Impeller keep it up and running, that would give her a big smile as well. So, link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.